Hello, everyone. This is Chad Reis from CVI 2025. I'm really privileged to be with Dr. Bill Lombardi to talk about continuous episode of wellness and interventional cardiology. Bill, again, you have been pioneer and you are opening our eyes for something very important, which is thinking outside the cath lab. So tell us what's new.
I think what's new is just that there's a lot more discussion around it. I think that, it's nice to see like Sky taking some initiatives to work on this. You're seeing more of these discussions at the meetings. And I think really for us, it's about, again, trying to build compassion for each other rather than competition for each other. And so I think that the fact that there's communication and discussion about it is the most important step to help everybody start moving forward, because then they feel that they're not alone. And it's really important that everybody out there feels like they're not unique. What they're dealing with, we're all dealing with. And the more we can open up and work together, the happier we're going to be.
Yeah. I want to talk about something important, which is the family, how to take care of your family as you are an interventional cardiologist and how to keep that balance. Because this issue comes back again, burnout, family and work balance. And there's multiple wellness committee and councils now. And I think you spearheaded that, and now there's a lot of move for that. So
I think that the real key is not balance, it's boundaries. I think that the way we're programmed, they say yes to professional choices all the time, really without thinking about it, because they're programmed into that's the right decision. And rarely do people think about the consequence of that yes. The no to their personal life has really large effects. So I think it's very important for people to sort of sit down and think about, what do I really value? And write it down, think it through, so that way when someone comes to you and says, hey, do you want to go to this meeting, and it conflicts with your child's baseball game, you're like, that's probably not the right thing to do for me overall. And I think that's the key. It's don't you want to stick around and do an extra case? No, I want to go home and see my family. And, what people will say, well, what about the patient? Like, well, if the system cares about the patient, we wouldn't be here at 6 o'clock at night doing cases. And so I think it's really important that people start to think about the boundaries in their professional life, because really the only boundaries they have right now are no to their personal life. And I think that's why we see so much unhappiness is we're saying yes to the wrong things.
yeah. That's very important. And a lot of people experiencing that on
Yes.
personal level. Now, in terms of interventional cardiology, we spoke about it before. Competitive field, you want to learn new things, innovation, new stuff, right? And you want to build it up in your 30s, 40s, you're peaking. This is the time you're building a family as well, right?
Yeah.
Saying no is a hard one for that.
Sure.
Saying for engaged speaker engagement, the travel stuff is hard too. But how you mentally, without thinking down the line how this is going to jeopardize, say no to something professionally without, and make sure your family is first.
Right. I think there are several things with that. One is you got to get over FOMO, that people have this fear of missing out. You don't need to go to every meeting. It's the same thing. And how much does that really, what value are you really getting returned on that? I think the second thing is if you can bring your family with you, go less to the meeting and take your family and do some sightseeing and go out and enjoy yourself a little bit. Try to share it with them, share that experience with them. And I think the third piece is, it's not, the 10,000 hour rule that people talk about is actually a myth. It is 10,000 hours, but it's 10,000 hours of purposeful practice. So what it means is you can actually learn about innovation and you can technically get better with a lot less reps, depending on how you do it, which is being vulnerable to, I need coaching and I need to work with other people. And so a lot of this, I think you can overcome I have to do 1,000 cases. No, actually, do 1,000 cases badly just makes you bad at 1,000 cases. And so really it's, how do I do good cases in a more efficient way? And that's why you've seen the learning curve for people doing CTOs and doing Iris PI. It is shortening because we teach them better reps.
Yeah, and space it out maybe. Just make it, instead of crunching it in 2 or 3 years, space it out in 5, 10 years.
Well, and that may be it as well, but I think a lot of it just gets back to it's the boundaries and the environment you want to work in. right? It's really hard to learn new things if everybody around you doesn't want to. It's really hard to learn new things if you're not allowed to fail and have complications. And so I think it's really important that you start looking at the culture and the environment you work in, because maybe you can do it in a couple of years in the right environment. In the wrong environment, you may never be able to do it. And so I don't think I'd want to put time constructs. I think it's really more about getting in the right environment, building the right culture, building the right mindsets, and then getting the right coaching to help you improve.
Dr. Lombardi always enlightening us with this very important aspect that you don't study, you don't read in the book, but yet it's happening as reality. Dr. Lombardi, thanks again for joining us. Watch these videos and others on CVI YouTube channel. This is Shad Reis from CVI in Austin 2025. Thank you.